guys, welcome back to the Gold Hourglass. Today I've decided to make yet another video on Bollywood and how frustrating it is. And this includes all of Indian cinema. You know, just a usual rant complaining the struggles of being Desi. Colorism in India is a cultural issue that, in my opinion, is a result of the colonial past of the country. It's just one of the many things that the British f***ed up for Indians. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's finally time for change. Because this change is not gonna hurt anyone. It's just gonna make life better for so many people if people would move away from that mentality that women need to be fair-skinned to be considered beautiful. I'm just sick and frustrated with actresses like Amy Jackson who just walk in and sweep characters that they don't even deserve, especially in the South Indian cinema where more people are of a darker skin tone, but when you look at the movie characters, none of the lead female actresses are even like of a dusky complexion. They're all pale skinned. And then you add a white British girl into that equation and I'm just like, isn't there something wrong with this picture? Amy Jackson's entrance into Indian cinema was perfect. Her character in Madrasa Pattanam, I understand. It was beautiful. It was perfect. She was perfect for the role. It worked. There was no reason to hire her in Teri or Ai because those characters are characters of, you know, a normal Indian woman. Not mixed race, there's nothing else to it. It was just characters for Indian women and you took them away.
Also, guys, I promise, I'm not racist. I'm friends with white people, so I cannot be racist, right?
And also, it's not just Amy Jackson. I have nothing against her. She's gorgeous, by the way. Like, I see why she makes it. She's freaking gorgeous. And then you have a truckload of mixed race actresses who are like part some kind of European parent and then the other parent is Indian. I mean, yes, they're all beautiful, but some of them can remotely express any emotions. They can't act, but they just still get all of these roles because they're fair-skinned and they're considered beautiful. They make the movie look better. Better, like in quotation marks, better in air quotes, better in a sick and frustrating mentality that Indian people have. Also, I know this looks like it comes from a place of, you know, frustration and jealousy that I'm bashing all these people because I'm dark-skinned and I'm just jealous, but no. Yes, I did grow up and spend a majority of my life thinking that I needed to be fair, to be considered beautiful, and to be accepted, but I'm sorry, I'm done, I'm over it, I don't have time for that anymore. I love the way I look, I love the way my skin looks, I am dying for a summer tan right now, I'm not even kidding. And I digress. I think the more frustrating thing that I've been seeing or I've been noticing of late in Indian cinema is not just the fact that the lead actresses, the lead characters are no longer played by fully Indian women. It's the background dancers that they've started hiring. Shows something about the media that I'm not ready to just simply accept about the Indian cinema. So many of the background dancers right now that are being hired are somewhat of Caucasian descent, or at least they appear to look European, they appear to look white, they don't look Indian at all. You know what frustrates me the most? Is the fact that guys are not going through this. Like, the male dancers are still generally more often than not Indian men who still get that job. But for the women, you're just taking jobs away from Indian women. You're taking jobs away from the locals to make your movies seem... I don't even have a word for it. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why are you hiring background dancers who are not Indian? For many people, that's the job. That's probably what they've wanted to do. They've wanted to be a dancer. I know I keep talking about female dancers, but that is also because how sexist colorism is in India. It's bad enough that there's prejudice against people of darker skin tones. There's a subset to that prejudice where women are more often the victims of colorism than men will ever be. It boggles my mind that this is happening in the Indian cinema while the Western movie industry has been moving towards, hiring people who fit the role in every way possible. Like the cast of Aladdin that was so controversial. Agrabah is not even a real place, and yet it was so controversial because they were trying to find Middle Eastern actors to play those roles. It just frustrates me because there was no need to hire non-Indian dancers for that scene. Are you seriously telling me you can't find great dancers in a country with 1.3 billion people? Like, it's just sad because there are so many people who could do these roles and who are probably more deserving and more worthy of it because of who they are, but they're just having all of their opportunities stolen away because people want to show something else. Like, you want to portray the Indian people in the cinema very differently from what the people are. In many ways, movies and literature, they're supposed to represent the society that they're from, but the Indian cinema is not doing that. The Indian cinema is creating this fallacy for people to watch, which is honestly quite pathetic. I don't know what possessed me to make this video, but I'm really glad I did because I feel like although I don't have a huge viewership or like an audience or anything, it's just nice to have this topic out there. Like, people need to constantly think about it. People need to think about making a change. People need to think about being more accepting of everyone, and especially like in a country like India where majority of the population are not pale skin, they're more tan or darker. And I don't know why people are so sensitive when you talk about skin tones, but in India, people are often of a darker skin tone, but you never see that in the industry. So thank you for watching this video, you guys, and if you agree with me or you disagree with me or you think that I'm just a jealous bitch ranting, comment down below. I'd love to have a conversation with you. But honestly, despite all of this, I still watch Indian movies because they're entertaining, they're fun, that's what I grew up on. And I want the next generation of young girls to not constantly think, oh, I never see an actress that looks like me. I never see a girl that looks like me have the happy ending. That's the problem. You always see darker skinned girls in the movies and they're always the friend or the sister and they're always in trouble. No one ever falls in love with them. They don't get good jobs. They just never get the happy ending. And I want everyone to see that they could get the happy ending. They don't need to change how they look, what they look like. They don't need to go, bleach their skin or stay out of the sun to get a happy ending. Thank you for watching this video, and till I see you guys in my next video, goodbye.